Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James version of the Christian Bible in order to write the book of Zion, or put together the book of Zion, because I didn't write the book of Zion. It is written in the words of the prophets themselves. So it's not my work. I'm just the transcriber. I put it in order. That's all I did. And now I'm presenting it to you in this format so that you can understand what's happening and where it's going to lead you. And with that in mind, I'm going to let you know that today I'm reading the 12th chapter from the Potsmoker's Bible, or from the Book of Zion, which is part of the Potsmoker's Bible. The 12th chapter is called Priests of the Lord. And in this chapter, I am using the books of Isaiah, Hosea, Psalms, which is David, Zephaniah, Joel, Ezekiel, and Zechariah. And it goes like this. The first shall say to Zion, Behold, behold, behold them, and I will give to Jerusalem one that bringeth good tidings. For I beheld, and there was no man, even among them, and there was no counselor, that when I asked of them, could answer a word, until the Spirit be poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness be a fruitful field. And the work of righteousness shall be peace, and the efforts of righteousness quiet and assurance forever. And my people shall dwell in a peaceful habitation, and in sure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. I will heal their backsliding. I will love them freely, for my anger is turned away from them. I will be also the dew unto Israel. He shall grow as a lily, and cast forth his roots as Lebanon. His branches shall spread, and his beauty shall be as the olive tree, and his smell as Lebanon. They that dwell under his shadow shall return. They shall revive as the corn, as the vine, the scent thereof shall be as the wine of Lebanon. Ephraim shall say, What hath I to do any more with idols? I have heard him and observed him. I am like a green fir tree. From me is thy fruit found. Who is wise, and he shall understand these things? Prudent, and shall he know them? For the ways of the Lord are right and just, and the just shall walk in them, but the transgressors shall fall therein. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judea an inheritor of my mountains. And my elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell therein. And of Zion it shall be said, This and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. The Lord shall count when he writes up the people that this man was born there, Selah, as well as the singer, as the player on instruments, shall be there. All my springs are in thee. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout out, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all thy heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away the judgments. He hath cast out thine enemies. The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil any more. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty, and he will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy with thee with singing. Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God. For he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month. And the floors shall be full of wheat, and the vats will overflow with wine and oil. And I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten, the cankerworm and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army, which I will send among you. And ye shall eat in plenty, and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, that hath dwelt wondrously with you. And my people shall never be ashamed. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. And it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days I will pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. In that day I will cause the horn of the house of Israel to bud forth, and I will give thee the opening of the mouth in the midst of them, and they shall know that I am the Lord. But ye shall be named priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory ye shall boast yourselves. For your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore, in their land thy possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my plantings, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And the Lord their God shall save them in that day as the flock of his people. For they shall be a for a stone of a crown, lift up as an ensign into his land. For how great is his goodness, and how great is his beauty! Corn shall make the young men cheerful, and new wine the maids. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord. And thou shalt be called sought out, a city not forsaken. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, and call a solemn assembly. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in these days it shall come to pass, that 10 men shall take a hold out of all the languages of the nations, even shall take a hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, We will go with you, for we have heard that the God is with you. I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones, for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Fear ye not, neither be ye afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye even are my witnesses. Is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God. I know not any. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall the deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thy health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy rearward. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt call, and he shall say, Here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity. And if they draw out thy soul of the hungry, and sanctify the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness as the noonday. And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and sanctify your soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. They shall raise up the foundations of many generations. And thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of paths to dwell in. So ends the 12th chapter of the prophecy of Israel, the book of Zion. And as you can see, things have taken quite the turn. Zion and her people, who have been created by God through the war on drugs, have just been elected as the new priests of the Most High God of Israel. A priesthood which actually has one-on-one contact with God. Now, in the beginning of the book of Zion, that first chapter, I believe it was, God said that he would bring upon a drought upon the earth. Not a drought of water or food, but of hearing the word of the Lord. One-on-one contact with God is what he's talking about. And now, in chapter 12, that communication is officially reestablished. The priests, appointed by God, created by God for this purpose, the potheads, the drug users. That's the priesthood. This plant that we use, marijuana, our sacred tree of life, has opened up our abilities and evolved us into a higher form of human. I know that seems like, wow, are you serious? Yes, I am. You see, as I have said in prior episodes, marijuana is not an earthly plant. It comes from the homeworld of God the Great. And we are part gray. We have within us anatomy that is gray in nature. And when this marijuana interacts with this gray DNA, it jump starts that gray part of our anatomy and makes us like God. We were created in his image. And now, those of us who use marijuana have been elevated to his level of being on high. We are his priests. We are given the ability to communicate directly with God. So that long 2,000-year famine of hearing the word of God is now coming to an end. Because our sons and daughters, our old will prophesy, our old men will dream. We are going to be named, we are right here, named priests. We will boast ourselves of the wealth of the Gentiles. Why? Because we live in a society that's bound by money. And in order for them to receive God's blessing, they must pay us double for the bullshit they put us through to get us here. So, we are to receive double. As priests of the Most High God, we will be rewarded handsomely for our services. And because money is the commodity of choice on this planet, money will come to us. Not that we're going to use it inside Zion. We might use it outside. But it'll be there for us to use when we need it. And we will give it freely to those that we love and care for. But our job is to work for the Grey. So may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Stay happy and high. Find your joy. I will see you soon. At our chance. Can't wait till we get there. See you later, because I'll never say goodbye.